Verna. Thanks for coming in today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for seeing me today.
Okay, so what brought you in today?
I'm coming in today because I'm really feeling pretty depressed right now because um, I can't work anymore, and I really like working. I like my job, but my condition has gotten to a point where I'm not able to work anymore.
Okay. So
So,
it seems like work is the big issue here today.
hmm
Being depressed
hmm
and your feelings about working.
yes.
Okay, so what is the condition that you're having?
Well, I have epilepsy. I've had that all my life, but as I'm getting older, my condition is harder to control with medication. It's a family condition. My mom had it, my brother has it, and so I kind of know the direction it's heading in, and it can be very disabling, and so I'm just feeling really depressed about it now because it's preventing me from working, and I like to be out and I like to go to work, but because I have seizures and they're unexpected, they're not controlled well anymore with the medication. I just can't do the things I used to be able to do. So it's really depressing for me. So
Okay.
that's why I'm coming today.
Okay, well, first off, I do want to say I'm sorry about your condition.
Mhm.
I know it's probably hard to deal with.
Mhm.
So tell me about these feelings that you're
Yeah.
having. What is this depression that you're having?
Yeah, it's like really hard to even get up. I mean, I had to really push myself out the door today to come in because I feel depressed. Like I don't really want to do anything. I mean, I in my mind I want to go to work. I want to be around people. I want to continue to do the things I used to be able to do, and I just really can't. So can't really deal with the fact that I can't do the things I used to be able to do. So I find myself crying. I find myself getting angry. I just just don't like how I'm feeling now. I mean, I just really feel bad. Mhm.
Okay, so have you spoke with your doctor? Did your doctor tell you that, you can no longer work, or is that something that your body is telling you?
It's more my body telling me and knowing that, it's a family history of
Mm-hmm.
epilepsy, and I know, my mother, she's had, seizures for a long time now, so she can't work. She's in a wheelchair, and I just know that it's heading that way for me too, and it's really scary and, as I said, just kind of depressing for me. Um, so my doctor hasn't said that I can't go back to work, but I know it's just too hard for me now because my seizures are just so unpredictable. I mean, it's really embarrassing when I was at work, like in the last month or so, I had to stop working because I started having seizures at work, and it's just really embarrassing. Everybody is pretty good about it until something like that happens because it's scary for other people. I know it is,
Yeah.
and so people, they treat me different at work, and so it makes me feel uncomfortable and everything too. So it's just me coming to the realization that this is something that has to happen, that is happening in my life, and I just don't like it.
Okay.
Hmm
So you're still at work now?
No, I had to quit.
Okay.
Hmm
So when you were working, how were
hmm
you feeling? Like on a day-to-day
hmm
basis, how were you feeling?
Well, I feel pretty good,
Mhm.
when I'm at work and I'm, doing my regular routine, because
Mhm.
that's the only thing with, that's the thing with epilepsy is that I don't know until I'm getting ready to have a seizure that something's off. I take the medication, and I've been taking it. I mean, I was diagnosed when I was 11,
Mhm.
and so it's been most of my life. And and just in the last year, it's just I can't control it. The
Mhm.
medications that I take just don't stop the seizures from happening anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm
So when you were at work, tell me about how you were being treated by your coworkers. Do you think that may have something with you being more depressed? Your feelings hurt, or
Yeah, having to leave work, and yeah, I mean, definitely having the people I've worked with for years, kind of look at me in a different way. And,
okay.
I know they mean well. I mean, think they're negative about it, but I know that they're concerned. But they just kind of shy away a little bit because I would have episodes, and
Okay.
I know they wouldn't want to be around that.
Okay. So have you spoke with your doctor about the episodes that you were having at work?
Hmm.
And what did he say?
Well, I talked to the doctor, and he just tries to readjust my medication. I mean, I think that's probably the best that he can do. He thinks that he has the right dosage, going, and I do too, and so I continue to take it. But in the last year, it's just too unpredictable, and they're occurring more
More.
frequently. Because up until a year ago, I mean, I wouldn't have any seizures. They didn't happen, so I was able to work, and I wasn't worried about it. So now, even in the last year, I haven't had a lot of them, but like about a month ago, I had two at work, and it was just really embarrassing and devastating for me, and so I just decided I shouldn't go back to work. So.
Okay.
Hmm.
So have you mentioned to your doctor about the depression that you're having?
Mm. Um, no, I haven't really talked it over with the doctor. I guess I hadn't really started to feel that way. I mean, it's just been a month that I've really been thinking about it, and just knowing I can't go back to work anymore, and it's just starting to feel depressed about it. I don't really want to take any medication
Medicine.
for
Okay.
it, yeah, because I take
Enough.
enough with, yeah. So, I've had to be in the hospital, for them to get my dosage levels right and all that. So, I mean, it's just a big, big thing, and it's, I'm just needing to come to terms with it. And it's just hard to come to terms with not being able to work. And so I'm just trying to get my feelings
Okay.
in line with knowing I can't work anymore.
So have you looked into any resources for people with your condition that kind of get you out the house, but not really
Hmm.
doing any heavy working, just kind of get you out the house, moving
Hmm.
around. Maybe I know some hospitals offer programs for
Hmm.
people with conditions just to kind of get their mind off things so they won't be depressed.
Yeah,
Um,
you're right. You're right about that. I mean, I am aware of the Epilepsy Foundation, and they do have
okay.
things like that where, they offer programs for us to get together and go out and do things. It's just that, I'm just so afraid of having a seizure, and it's
Yeah.
really, that really bothers me to think any minute I could have a seizure.
And it's something you can't control, correct?
No, until the medication or we find the right combinations of medications to, really stop it from happening, where I can feel confident where I can go out. Because
Okay.
before, I might would have just a small, seizure where I would lose focus or something, not where it was a really violent physical seizure. So those have just started happening. And so before, nobody would even know if it was happening, and I would be fine. I would just continue on. I would, realize that I was feeling a little different, but I could get past it.
Okay.
I would start to, you know, get clear-headed again and be able to do my regular functions without people knowing. But
Okay.
now they're really, physical seizures now. So
Okay.
that it scares me
It
too. I
scares
mean,
you.
it's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary. It's just awful.
And I'm sorry to hear that
Hmm.
it scares you. And I don't think, I know it's hard to come to terms with, but I
Yeah.
think you did the right thing as far as, quitting work.
Hmm.
You said it made you uncomfortable and you do have your episodes and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And I think health wise, it's best that you did quit work.
Hmm.
So you said that you don't feel like getting up some days. So
Right.
what is it that you think you can do to
Hmm.
overcome this depression?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe just say to myself, look, get over it, Berna. You gotta, do this, and
Okay.
it's happening. And so just try to will myself
Mhm.
into feeling better. But I guess don't feel like I'm there yet. I mean, it
Okay.
just seems like it's so new now, and
Mhm.
it's never been this way. And I guess I never really thought about it. Like I said, it's my family members, my mom and brother. He's older brother, and they both haven't been able to work for years, and I
Okay.
just thought I'd be okay, and I didn't
Mhm.
really think that it
Right.
would happen to me where I wouldn't be able to work.
Okay. So you
So
mentioned okay, it's a family trait.
yeah.
So have you talked with your mom or your brother about how they
Mhm.
dealt with,
Mhm.
coming to terms with not working, or how
Yeah.
were they feeling when, you know?
Right. I think they went through the same thing. I mean, it was hard for them too when they couldn't work anymore. So,
So you saying you think they went through the same thing? So have you
mhm,
actually spoke with them about it? Do you
mhm,
think that will maybe help you kind of get through it? Kind of
yeah,
getting, some
yeah,
advice on what you should
mhm.
do or how you should handle it?
Yeah, we talk about it. I mean, we're a close family, so we kind of talk about the condition and how it affects your life. But I didn't think it would happen to me this way. I mean, I'm kind of angry too. I mean, I
Okay.
just didn't believe I would
Get
not
to
be
this
able
point.
to, yeah, get to this point because I've been able to do everything for years, and I always just had faith that the medication would work and I wouldn't have any problem. But it's not working anymore, and I'm just really upset about that too.
Okay. So what scares you the most? Not being able to work or your health?
Um, I think mostly my not being able to work and do things that I want to do. I
Okay.
don't. I'm afraid of being at home and confined and not being able to get out and do stuff. I mean,
Okay.
again, with the Epilepsy Foundation, I know that that's something I can do that would help.
Mhm.
So, maybe I just need to realize that it's just a part of my life I've got to accept.
Mhm. I do recommend that you do look into that foundation.
Hmm.
I think that will probably help you kind of come to terms with it
Right.
because it is something that you have to face.
Hmm.
And I think you should look into doing outdoor activities.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can hang with friends during the day to kind of
Hmm.
get out the house and kind of
Hmm.
move around or just do some exercising. Have you looked
Hmm.
into any programs that will help, like
Hmm.
health wise, maybe
Hmm.
some walking, some running, or
Yeah,
just to kind of
I,
get you out the house?
yeah, but I'm feeling like, I mean, I have to be dependent now on other people because I
Yeah.
can't really go places anymore by
Mhm.
myself. So,
Mhm.
I probably would have to do those kinds of things with other people and people who are understanding and
Yeah.
they kind of know what it's like and they won't be afraid and
Right.
nervous when it happens.
So, do you have any children?
No.
No children.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'm just trying to understand. So when you say that you're depressed, I really
Mm-hmm.
just kind of want to get insight of what exactly do you feel like when you're at home?
Mm-hmm.
What is that feeling like?
When I'm at home, like when I get up now, and I used to get up and get ready for work, and think about my day and what I'm gonna do and be around my coworkers at work. And now I get up and it's like, another day. I
Mhm.
don't have anything to do, and I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. So I guess I spend most of my time just wishing I could do something
Mhm.
else, and knowing that I can't. And
Mhm.
so that's kind of what I'm feeling now.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what will make you happy outside of not working?
Hmm.
Because you know that this is something that you're going to have to deal with.
Right.
You know that you're going to have to come to terms with it eventually.
Hmm.
So what will make you happy?
Um, well, really going back to my regular life. I wish I could just turn the clocks back and go back to a year ago and be able to continue doing what I used to be able to do.
Okay, so you said you wish you can go back. So let's kind of think future.
Hmm.
Where do you see Verna
Hmm.
in 2 years? Not working,
Um, yeah.
where do you see yourself in 2 years?
hmm it's hard to imagine, I guess, because I do still have the fear that the medication won't get leveled out to allow
Mhm.
me to be out on my own and do things. I'm hoping that, maybe they can get my medication set to where I won't have, violent seizures. So if I could maybe imagine that and think, oh, my medication, everything is all set again, and I can go and do some things. Probably not return to work, but maybe be more involved in the community or something. Because
Okay.
I just don't like not being able to be independent and out and enjoying life with other people.
So was your job full time or part time?
Yeah, I worked for a full-time job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you thought about part time? Until your doctor actually writes you out of work.
Mm.
Have you thought about
Well,
that?
the thing that happens with me is that, I take my medication in the mornings, and it used to be, as I said, I wouldn't really have seizures to a point where anybody would notice. So, I sometimes I would get a little cloudy in my thinking or whatever, but I would be able to just go through the day. Now, I mean, I don't know when they're going to happen. So even working part time,
Still
I mean,
scares you.
it's still scary because it could happen in the morning time when I'm at work. It could happen in the evenings when I'm at work. So,
Okay. So, do you plan on speaking with your doctor about
mhm,
anything that he can do as far as a higher dosage or
mhm,
kind of get your feelings in a loop with this depression? I know you said you
mhm,
didn't want to take medication, but I think depression is probably weighing on you too,
mhm,
with your condition.
mhm,
Do you think, you can have a
mhm,
conversation about how you're feeling. So you can be your mind will be at ease.
mhm.
Um, so do you think you can have a conversation with him or?
Yeah, I can do that. I can talk to my neurologist when I'm
Mhm.
at my next appointment about that.
Mhm.
What he might be able to recommend for how I'm feeling right now. I mean, we've talked about it, and he's aware that this is a big life change for me, and
Mhm.
that I'm not that comfortable with the fact that my medications aren't, really controlling me right now. So
Okay.
he does have a sense of that. So, but I really haven't, used the word depression or
Right.
anything while I was talking to him, and I really didn't want to because I don't really want to take any
Medicine.
medication for
Okay.
it.
So
Mhm.
what is it that you feel like you can do to kind of
Mhm.
break down the depression?
Mhm.
Not thinking about work, going to work, because
Right.
you're at the point now where you have to face
Mhm.
that this is going to be my life and this is something that I cannot do.
Right.
So, how do you feel like
Mhm.
you can go about kind of lessening depression?
Right. Yeah. I think talking to you has really been helpful to
Yeah.
me, and
Mhm.
so maybe just continuing with counseling, or I don't know if I maybe had it more frequently, or
Okay.
until I start to feel myself a little bit more.
Better.
That might
Better.
help.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
I'm all for,
Mhm.
just let me know anytime. We can schedule
Mhm.
you coming in more, and if that can help with being depressed and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
So I want to go back to your mom and your big brother,
Mhm.
who their condition has it got worse, or are they kind of at just like a standstill on it? They just out of work and.
Mhm. Well, my mother, her condition or her level of being affected by epilepsy hasn't changed in the last probably 10
Oh,
years.
okay.
So, she's been in a wheelchair for
Mhm.
probably 15 years now.
Okay.
And she used to have, seizures
Mhm.
for about the first 5 years or so that she became wheelchair bound. But
Mhm.
in the last 10 years, it's been pretty steady.
Okay.
So, um, So I think maybe she has come to a point where her medications now are keeping her stable,
Mhm.
but she still, because she's had so many
Yeah.
seizures over the years, and so she can't, she can't really get up and walk and stuff.
Okay.
She's able to function in terms of, she talks to us and then we can have conversations, but she can't be alone. She can't be left alone or
Okay.
anything. She needs really a lot of help with things. And my brother, he's not in a wheelchair or anything. He's able to get around and do things, and he participates with different activities through
Mhm.
the Epilepsy Foundation.
Mhm.
So he does get out and do things, and he's active, and he's really got a good group of people
Mhm.
that he's with a lot of the times, and so they're comfortable with him. And if he does have a seizure,
Mhm.
everybody understands and they're comfortable. I just haven't gotten to that point yet.
Right.
They've just started happening for me, and
Mhm.
so I don't really have a group of people, um, a support group, I guess, who really understands
Mhm.
what it's like. And
And it
mhm,
does take time, you
mhm,
know.
yeah,
And I know it's a tough situation right now,
mhm,
but I think it will get better.
mhm,
I know it will get better. I
right,
think
yeah,
you're just at a shock because it's
mhm,
new, like you mentioned before.
right,
But I do want to encourage you to get
mhm,
enrolled with the foundation,
okay,
so you can get out and do some of the things that your brother do. Maybe going with him one
mhm,
Saturday, or one day of the week whenever
yeah,
he's involved in things like that.
right, yeah,
Because that way you're not at home and you're not just
mhm,
there, and you're thinking about, oh, I'm at work,
right, right,
your mind is going, and it just makes you more upset,
yeah,
and health wise that's
mhm,
probably not good.
right,
So I
exactly.
do want to encourage you to get out,
Mhm.
even if it's starting little by little,
Mhm.
maybe one weekend just call
Yeah.
up your brother and say, hey,
Mhm.
can you have guests, or, to
Mhm.
come in with you?
He
Um,
has invited me to
okay.
some events,
Mhm.
but I just didn't accept the invitation.
Okay.
So I guess I'm partly angry too. I'm
Yeah.
just really mad.
Okay. So okay, I understand you're mad.
Yeah.
But maybe
Mhm.
that'll make you feel better.
Mhm.
He knows where you are.
Right.
He's been through it.
Mhm.
So I think him inviting you is kind of a way of saying, sis, like, I understand.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think coming with me is going to help
Mhm.
you out.
Right.
So
Mhm.
the next time you invite yourself,
Yeah.
call him up
Yeah.
and say, hey, I want to get out the house,
Mhm.
let's go to a support group,
Yeah.
sit in, or
Yeah.
or kind of even express your feelings to your
Mhm.
brother.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he can understand,
Mhm.
where you're coming from. He's moving around,
Mhm.
so, and sometimes women, we get the best. We let everything get the best of us.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
get down,
Mhm.
we get so upset and angry,
Right.
especially being independent to dependent.
Mhm.
That's kind of hard for some people.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't want that to get you down.
Mhm.
Yes, you probably can't work
Mhm.
anymore, but that shouldn't stop you from still getting out and still enjoying life.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of the times we do let conditions and sickness and health problems get us
Mhm.
down,
Mhm.
and we shouldn't. We still should go out and still should
Mhm.
live and
Mhm.
enjoy it. So I do think that you should maybe
Mhm.
open up to your brother about it. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure um, he will probably be able to understand you more,
Mhm.
or even talk to your mom.
Mhm.
She may not be in the best condition to talk
Mhm.
with you, but
Mhm.
um, just
Yeah.
expressing yourself
Yeah.
would be.
And I have. We've talked,
Mhm.
and so I think that's part of me. Because that's what they tell me. Well,
Mhm.
Vernon, you're just gonna have to live with this. This
Yeah.
is just part of life, and I don't
Mhm.
want to hear that. I
Yeah.
didn't want to hear that. But
Mhm.
I know I have to accept it. But it's just not easy right
Yeah.
now. It's just not easy.
And it's gonna get better. It's
Mhm.
not easy because it hits you so fast.
Right.
And the fact that you're very independent and you do want
Mhm.
to work and you do want
Mhm.
to be out and doing your
Right.
own thing, it's
Mhm.
hard for us to accept like, okay, this is life.
Right.
You
It's
know,
true.
it's a major change in my life. You know,
Mhm.
but you know, just trying to reach out to different support groups.
Mhm.
Maybe have some friends to come
Mhm.
over during the day to kind of,
Mhm.
you know, get your mind off things,
Mhm.
or you know, reaching out to some of your coworkers
Mhm.
that kind of have a little understanding of what
Mhm.
you were going through when you were
Right.
at work.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and that can kind of make you feel a little better.
Mhm.
You know, your old
Yeah.
coworkers coming
Mhm.
in, and
Mhm.
so I do think you should get out and
Mhm.
reach out to some
Mhm.
resources, and I can help you as well.
Okay.
You know, I can look into some
Mhm.
things, and maybe I can come with you one weekend. You know,
Okay. That would be
outside of
wonderful.
this to kind of make you feel a little comfortable.
Okay.
Um, you know, just to
Mhm.
kind of hang out,
Mhm.
and because you said you're comfortable with talking with me, so any way
Yeah.
that I can help
Yeah.
you relax and
Mhm.
you know be
Mhm.
comfortable, I'm here for it.
Yeah, thank you. I like that idea. I
Hmm.
just thought when you were talking that it would be nice to invite some people to my house to, maybe visit. That would help me
Yeah.
just to have people around sometimes. So
Hmm.
I'm not at home all day by myself, just,
Right.
stewing over it and,
Hmm.
being more and more angry about it. So
Hmm.
that could help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's should be the first thing you do.
Mhm.
Call some friends, maybe some coworkers,
Yeah.
you know, just invite them over. You know, even if it's just like
Mhm.
a little tea party or
Mhm.
something real simple, you know,
Yeah.
just to kind of get you out and moving around,
Yeah.
you know. And then maybe next time when you come back, we can kind of schedule you to come in more to kind of
Mhm.
talk with me so you won't be depressed or,
Okay.
you know, at home all day thinking
Okay.
about not working.
Right. Mhm.
So I mean, when you leave here today, I want you to call up your old
Okay.
coworkers. You know,
Okay.
some people that you felt were understanding of your situation.
Mhm.
You know, and they didn't judge you or they didn't
Mhm.
mistreat you because of what you were going through.
Right.
Call them up and invite them over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will do that. Definitely.
and
I will do
definitely
that.
go with your brother.
Okay.
Um,
Mhm.
just call him up and
Mhm.
just say, hey, you know, the next activity or the next group that you're attending with the foundation, I'm
Mhm.
coming with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'll do that for sure. Those are
Hmm.
some great ideas of things that I can do to make me feel better.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can help you.
Mhm.
This is what I'm here for, you know, and we will get you in
Mhm.
to come in more. We just got to figure out a schedule, a time, and we
Okay.
can get you in more.
Okay. Well,
All
thank
right.
you.
You're welcome.
All
You have a
right.
great
You
afternoon.
too. Bye.